In this video, we'll talk about premium Aquaforce. Hey everyone, Soul here. So today we are doing a new Aquaforce deck profile. Now previous one, you guys really liked it. So if you guys want to check that out, it's with the Maelstrom, which will be in the links in the description. But for today, we will try with the new support after the Dragon's Vanity set. So let's get into it. So the first starter, I love my Bubblage. I tried all of the other starters, but I still like him a lot because he just sets up our hand to protect against some kind of big strides later on, like a T or something. And this deck needs its defense because it is nowhere near its rush deck. Sometimes people just come up and like Aquaforce is a rush deck. I'm like, no, it's not. It's based on your situation. You can be anything. So yeah. So for our starter, that's Bubblage Draco Kit. Now for our grade 3, we're running 4 of this new boy, Fort Vessel Dragon. Now be smart with this. I have seen people riding this counterblast and then they go -5 and they start into Valios, and I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? Because it's just gonna take it back to 11k. So like, honestly, it's very sometimes you kind of forget what's going on in the game and only that time it will happen. But that's just a kind of clear warning. It's just like on place, counterblast 1 to -5k, and you can get access circle, but you will never use his skill. Like, he's not that useful. Honestly, you will need your counterblast for every other reason you can have in this deck, because this deck is insanely counterblast heavy, so we need our counterblast in this deck. Now for our 4 other grade 3s, we're running Thavas. Bushi, please bring back Thavas in standard. We need that card. So this card, we use it as the rear guard in this deck. We do not want to ride him, because if we ride him, it's kind of, there's no way, because we're not running like wave support in this. Like, we don't have a keyword wave in this deck. Like, we do not have that much of a cards. So basically we are running him for our restand abilities with the Alexandros again. Same thing, Alexandros, same deck. I wouldn't say the same deck, I would say the same winning concept for our deck. So 4 of him, of course. Now we're running, for our grade 2s, we're running 4 of our Coral Assault. He's great. Again, with our new premium collection stride, you can use it. He gives you your cards, goes to soul, so pretty good. He gets really big with the numbers, and in premium it's very easy to get him off. Like, it's not like standard where you just are very confused. Like, he's pretty easy to get it off. So yeah, I value him more than Saberflow Sailor in this deck because he does 2 things, but there is no way Saberflow Sailor is less useful. So talking about that, we're running still Saberflow Sailor. Now this card got way better because of the new order that came out. If you yes, we are running the grade 1 order where you counterblast 1 and flip something in your G zone face up. Her GB1 skill will activate right away. So on your grade 2, sometimes you will be able to pull it off, but you have to make sure you have your Tidal Assault on the thing. So yeah, she goes off, and it got really good as well. So you can, if you want to run 4, go ahead, because she will set up your hand so goddamn much, and you will be able to defend yourself when they are like try and come at you with the aggression, Azel and other decks, even though the ban list kind of hits still. So now for our last grade 2, of course we are running 4 Tidal Assaults. He got better for 2 reasons. We used to use him at Alexandro's turn with the busted swings with Alexandro, you like 60 or 50 or something, but now he's useful in the grade 2 rush because now this girl is active, so you will need him in order to activate her skill. So like, and so she can blow off, and this you can draw 2 cards. So his value has increased. The new one is good but it only works in the early game. So you don't want to use the new Tidal Assault in this deck, because he functions for our main win con. He's not there for this grade 2 game. But if you want to pull Saberflow Sailor off, you will need him or some other restanders. But like in my opinion, this restander is the best restander, so we're using him as a 4 off. So yep, definitely him. Now, kind of confusing slot here, but we're running. Oh, now it's about grade 1, by the way. So we're running 4 of Light Signals Penguin Soldier. Now I'm able to run this card, and I'm really happy about this. Like in my previous builds, in my old builds, I used to run this card. I really liked it. I was able to perform some combos with it. So if you want to check that out, so if you're a new Aquaforce players who want to get into standard or premium, I have made some previous videos about like how Aquaforce used to be before. I have made some Aquaforce deck profiles. I will try to link them in the descriptions, and if you click one video, you will watch that, and that other video will have something in the description as well, so you can check these combos, you can check the premium deck profiles before standard deck profiles. But I have 3 or 4, like 2 or 3 versions of it, because Aquaforce has kind of changed and how it used to be from beginning to now. So on my very first build, I used to run him, and he in this deck is for countercharging reason, because this deck is fucking counterblast heavy. Like there is no way you will feel like, oh, I don't need my counterblast, right? No, you will always need your counterblast, and with that new order, it just got way more counterblast heavy. We definitely need our counterchargers, and he also gives plus 5k, which is really good when you are using Saberflow Sailor, because Saberflow Sailor, oh no, sorry, Tidal Assault, because if you are using Saberflow Sailor, you will just use the skill right away. But if you're using Tidal Assault on your grade 2 rush, he will be very helpful, because now you can swing 14 and then 9, and then you will have your Saberflow Sailor pop off right there. So for that reason, he's there. And he also, well, it kind of doesn't help because he kind of blow himself up. So if you want to use with the first stride, so be careful for that. Now we're running 3 of a Capo Rider Nikki. Now this card doesn't always serve a purpose for your stride fodder, because now we know that we have the new crit triggers where we can use them for the strides, but there is a kind of a trade-off between them. When people said, oh, we already have this, so we can just remove the stride fodders, in my opinion, it's a trade-off. Like you want to decide if you really want to use it or you want to save it for your guard options. So like you will use it at the very end, like where you don't have any other options. But if you have other options, you will use those cards. Now it has become your decision making power, it's coming into place, because even if you have all of your cards and you can play stride cost with anything, and if you're missing pieces and if you need some certain amount of pieces, you will have to think, and then you will have to go through those decision trees, and then you will figure out what to use. Because sometimes, let's say you already have if you have a crit trigger, and if you have this card in your hand, and now you need a Thavas badly because your Alexandra is live but you don't have a Thavas, so you will discard your crit trigger and use his skill in order to get a Thavas, so you can perform your bullshit combos. Now you already have everything and you're like, oh, I need this card, I need every other my strides, then you will discard everything else. But like right now you will have to think on what to discard. So because something came in the deck doesn't mean everything else is dead. So now you have the more options to choose from. It gives you more freedom, it gives you more flexibility, and depending on the situation, you will use those cards to pay the cost. So think about it. Just don't remove the cards right away. Now I want to make sure I always have my grade 3s consistently, so I'm running 3 Baragios. Now there are some reasons. So he lets us check top 5 and get a grade 3. Now in this deck we always want to ride Fort Vessel. We do not want to ride our Thavas, because Thavas is there for restanding ability. Sometimes we only have Thavas in our hand, and then this guy comes along and we will get you our grade 3, which is Fort Vessel. And then if you use his skill, and if you get only Fort Vessel in your hand, then you can use the stride fodder in order to get your Thavas, and now you have both of these cards. So now you can use those cards when you are doing your Alexandros combo. So they both work very good together. You always want to have your both of the grade threes because you are performing your combos all the time. You are doing, even with the first stride, doesn't matter first stride, second stride, you will need your pieces. Like, it's just we really need our pieces, and that's Aquaforce is all about, and he really helps us there. So, and he's also a 5k booster, so it's very good. Oh, by the way, he's our main vanguard target for our grade 1. For grade 2, we can, ride into our beefy boy Coral Assault. Now, I don't have the cards yet, so I'll just pop it on the screen, but kind of a proxy, we're running the new order that came out for Counterblast 1 and Flip Something Face Up. Now, strategy works like this. We have our Alexandros going off. We want to make sure we kill our opponents on a the second stride. It is very fucking so. Bushi, ban Zazan, or how you pronounce it. That card is fucking insane. Like, imagine dying on the very first ride on a grade 1. But yeah. And there's a deck profiles coming up for, Ripples and Zazan. I'm really not fan of that. I don't like doing stupid shit like that. I want to play my game. I like to play my game. I don't want to kill my opponent right away. I wanna enjoy. And that card is kinda, pretty much nuts. It needs to be banned. But anyway, for this our Aquaforce deck, we are using this guy because this order in order to flip something up in our G zone. So our Aquaforce can utilize the G zone to give power to Alexandros, and Alexandros will get really big if you have this card. And if you are rolling high, and if you have your counterblast, you will be attacking with 70 80k with restanding tile assault and your Tavas, which is very good. So he's there, he just accelerates our combo very very hard. Now for the triggers, again, I don't have the new premium collection because they're not out yet. So we're running 4 of this guy, the first premium collection shooter, 10k proxied, our discarding for our stride. Now we're running V heals. As I mentioned, this deck eats counterblast a lot. I mean a lot. So you need your counter charges all the time, and for that reason, C is very useful. Now I'm not running Glorious in this deck. I need something I need to guard, but also this deck can draw a lot. A lot of draws are able to you can draw a lot, so you don't need Glorious in my opinion. Honestly, if you want to run it, you can run it, but I'm not sure what you will take it out, because I would normally take out the order. If I didn't have the order, I would run Glorious instead of the order. Now I will. There's a thing about Narissa, but I will explain it at the very end. Let's just not talk about Narissa right now. And our, our Wheel Assault. It's a good grade 1 target, but it's not always useful. Wheel Assault is not always useful in this deck, especially in the premium. We have one win con that we are trying to get to, and that's all we care about, and that's what we want to achieve in Thavas.Alexandros deck. And of course our PGs, because we want a perfect guard, otherwise we die most of the time anyway. Now our G zone, we're running 3 Alexandros, absolutely beast, the only card that saved Aquaforce. Kinda dead right now, but it's really good. Being able to swing with your titles and your Thavas is just absolutely insane, and for that reason he's there. Now one Wailing, sometimes, as I mentioned before, if you have so much rushy decks, you can just blow up the board. With our new stride you can do that as well, but it's not that much, so he's very good for that. And also, yeah, some decks run the grade 1 PGs too. 2 Lambros. People don't tend to recognize how good he is. He's just the best boy since before, and he's one of my closest. Whenever Jaime summoned Lambros for the very first time, I lost my shit. I really wanted this card from that time. When you don't have a counterblast, well, sometimes will happen, you won't use him all the time. it's just an option there, but it's a needed option because sometimes you'll fuck up, you will need something, you might not be able to give your first stride with our new the premium collection stride that came out. You might not be able to get him off because not all the time you are able to do what you want to do in this deck. You're not able to always draw, you're not able to always, what if you're stuck completely with only grade ones in your hand, and he might be able to help you out at that point. I mean, well, you will have to attack like 4 times at least, but he's kind of there in some kind of like oh shit situation. So yeah. Now, only one of our new stride. This stride has many problems, and I would say problems with the synergy. When I was playing with the grade 2, this card didn't go off mostly because a Saberflow Sailor blows itself up. Tavas needs to be resting at the point, so you won't be able to optimize your draw potential. If I was able to do it, I would have drawn around, man, 2 and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, around 9 to 10 cards if I count others. So, but he will not be always be able to go off. But if you have a Saberflow Sailor, she will blow itself up on the very first stride, so you will have that one empty circle and you won't be able to draw 3, you will be able to draw 2, and you will not be able to stand something. So you will have to think a lot. Like when you stride this card, you will have to make sure you have your pieces on the board that there will stay there, and that's why Penguin helps, because Penguin stays there. So unless you want to blow it up, but and that's the reason why he's kinda okay, not best. Now we're still running 2 of our Valios. I still like him, able to just freeze it up on an 11k and just immediately just rush. It's just insane. And also he got really good because we have our order, and we can use him for that reason. He just got way better because of our new order. You can just counterblast one and flip him up, or flip something up, and then he will be able to just be activated on your very first stride. So it's just insanely good. Now, first of this, I will never be able to pronounce his name, Balanarena or something. Yeah, I guess so. He's there. I haven't used him much as I use him in the Grand Blue. Like same with Megiddo. I never went to these 2 dragons, only in Grand Blue sometimes. But yeah, they are there. Now for our G guard, Dismal, you want to protect your pieces, so of course. Now 2 Galphilias, not that relevant because it's not unlock or something, but yeah, I will give you counter charge, so that's pretty good. And also you will always flip her up with or Iohannes, the best G guard ever printed. So yeah, she will help you scale your Alexander's turn way more. You will kind of flip it. If you flip both of them together, you will be able to just insanely murder your opponent right away, if you can survive, that is, because Premium is too fast. And now I was talking about Narissa. So if you want to run Narissa, you have to make sure you are running him. Now Narissa, people say it's really good with the new stride. I kinda can see it because you can draw some cards, but in my opinion, or just for me, I don't think that sacrificing that plus 10k is worth the draw, because you already have so much draw in this deck. So that's the reason I am not kinda impressed with this deck. Otherwise, it will be fine if I was able to utilize Ramon in this deck, where Ramon skill would be just like on placed, but that would be stupid as well for standard. So that's the thing. But yeah, that was the Aquaforce deck profile. Now like it, so I know that you guys are enjoying it, because last deck profile did very good, and that's why I'm making another one. Of course, I will be making a new one once the set drops and the premium collection comes out, and if something comes out in the future, I will always be upgrading my Aquaforce premium. But yeah, that was it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.